Hello, YouTubers. I'm Mavis. And I'm Sidney, and we're recapping, reviewing the episode we watched from Victor Tanz's season 4 of Soda. And it's not short style this time. Those are out the buffers. Give one. The Mavis. I thank you. There's a neat. Yeah, you can go first. It's least versatile. You all self serve. I'll go use the. Okay, anyway. Right. Link on Lynch's bed. Don't do that, kids. Oh, wait, kids don't watch this anyway. What the fuck? Good save. Right. As Cindy was saying, we are no longer doing short reviews of the Stories of episodes. Why? Because you guys can see the wiki is back up. We're so excited. Anyway, so this episode's called Diesel. So let's get into it. So Edward, he recently realized he's finalizing his last collection of stories, which in 1955 he neglected to know as a civic event that took place in March of that year, a monetization plan. So during his 10 years, dreaming the railway bullet, so top of hat, voices, happy tensions, regarding a long-term financial availability of British railways in his way said, really to be well founded. As British railways were facing difficulties at this juncture, the most drastic and demanding monetization plan was the proposal to cease manufacturing steam engines of air and diesel engines. Yeah! Oh, idiots! British Railways was idiots. This lore. This project concerned on the words about possible job losses. Some meant echoed by the engines at the Northwest region. Okay, so your turn. Right. Okay, I know where we are. So Diesel, who's actually Bruce in this, he expresses to Thomas his frustration regarding the unfairness of the situation where the steamies who constructed the railways are now returning due to political reasons. Thomas is quite taken aback by Diesel's remarks. However, Thomas is reluctant to resist that. However, Diesel, he's reluctant to request his status as the low diesel engine and sodor. So at the moment, the young master informs Diesel that the back controller wishes to meet him at Wellsworth the following morning, as he needs to discuss something with Diesel. Coming by no queens of Diesel's. Walter Baxman. The individual responsible for Diesel's creation. Thomas then quips that they finally have someone to cannibal. Okay, maybe you go. Right. Repair. Okay. So the founding morning was Edward and Percy fine. So Wellsworth alongside Diesel, so Fat Control and Mr. Baxman puts them. The Fat Control presents Mr. Baxman to the engines until over the President sounds them reload it. Mr. Baxman first himself ways, not as Diesel, but as this. So weekly, the Fat Control reminds the two steam engines they have tests to complete. And they depart. So, Jenny, Excuse me. Sorry. I need to get something out of my radiator. Anyway, so later that morning in Burnham, Edward informs Douglas about what he discovers regarding Diesel. Douglas expresses surprise that Edward was unaware of this information, especially since the minutes were in the know. Edward assumes this is jest, but Douglas recorrects him, and the gun fits with Adam Van Diesel and fighting to misproduce. Douglas assures Edward about his lack of knowledge. Explain that Diesel had went with him for a whole year to learn his true name. Douglas understands the reason behind it. Diesel's choice not to use his real name, and advises Edward to speak to Diesel then late that night. Okay, so I guess I could. Maybe summarize what we could have so far. Yeah, Sidney, that's a brilliant idea. So far, the other viewers are learning about, we're finding out about Diesel's real name being Bruce. But the Paxman visitors the island to talk to Bruce, aka Diesel. And the monetization plan being shit. Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, right. I'm right there. So that evening, Diesel returns to the church where Everett, Douglas and Adam and Garrett. Everett confused about listening to the use Jess and Diesel. Oh, yeah. I would be confused too. But except, for this law, not Victor's law, my brother's name is Jimmy, which is Diesel. But anyway, don't use the name. Thank you. So anyway, yeah, she's indifferent about Diesel. Her inquiries with Diesel why he doesn't use the name Bruce. So Diesel then responds to the reason dates back to before his arrival in Tudor and his recount story. Ooh, the Great Depression. Neither Mavis and I were around during this, so yeah, that's more the steam engines that were around in the 1930s. Heck, even... And just like Murdoch wasn't around during the Great Depression. But anyway, so during the Great Depression, the railways were unexpected. So let this also severely affected by the global now turn down. So all four major railways endeavoured to cut costs, particularly the London, Finland, and Scottish Ferry, which is the LMS, was where the railway down Douglas came from. Was first the largest to be foreign and experienced the greatest impact from the Depression. With Walter Paxman, passionate rail enthusiast, proselytes for the proposal for a new type of locomotive around South Form any diesel locomotive. The ministers supported his TAFE and granted access to one of the workshops located on the branch line. The induction with the LMS and the Great Western Railway lines converged. After several years, the road type was finalized and prepared for its debut. Mr. Paxman delivered a speech and introduced his new engine, Diesel. So, Mr. Paxman. Okay, Kim, I get it. So, Mr. Paxman convinced Diesel, which surprises him, though the onlookers remain astonished at the state and nature of his survival. Yes, Paxman sure that Diesel is groundbreaking on the Mavis and 57. How you taking to the nice and he's just himself is stuck. So Mr. Paxman then informs Diesel he's scheduled for trials the following day. Duck proposes to begin immediately. So he needs to prepare and train for sitting back and be grateful for his own assistance, to which Paxman consents. So, shortly after Duck and Diesel, they commence their task. Diesel expresses gratitude to Duck for instructing him on shunting. Duck takes his leave, wishes Diesel the best of luck with his trials. Mr. Paxman is satisfied with Diesel's performance but causes him against mentioning assistance to Duck. The Marines prefer not to know that a new prototype is eating a rifle. Sidney, what do you think about that? Eating a rifle? Isn't that what they did during the Second World War? All the Israelis had to pull together to help save England. Ah! Yeah. So, I guess it's not a bad thing. Okay. I'll continue. So, the following day, Diesel undergoes his trials. The inspectors are highly impressed with his efforts. So, that evening, Diesel converts with Duck regarding his trial. I mentions around the inspectors sent some trucks for the engines operating on the branch line. And then inquires about the faceless engines. With Duck wishes him there is no significant difference between them. Duck subsequently advised Diesel to avoid bumming the trucks, particularly those that are not faceless. Duck is... Oh, that's better. You hear my voice, but you don't see me. Okay, that's a lot better. Shoo, says Sidney. So the next day, Diesel's organizing a convoy of trucks and goes to take one with him. Hey, a rookie mistake. Happens to anybody. That is true, said Mavis. If you forget something, that's a rookie mistake. Diesel was new, so obviously he was learning. Anyway, go ahead, Sidney. Oh, wait, sorry. So Diesel, he then returns to retrieve it, but the truck refuses to bug out tells Diesel to shut off, and Remington was Starkey. Infiltrate, and Diesel bumps the truck, with aggressive fit of buffers, but got standing embankment and eyes with a brick wall in the lorry. So, said Mavis. The Minis were displeased to receive the news from the new engine on secondary employment. Diesel insisted that he did not intend to collide with the truck as firstly stated, was maybe possible. Given that oil had leaked on to the check and taken next train. A minor dispute arose between the enemies and the great wish to Mayway on the line demanding the former compensate for the damages. So, then the quickly these are repercussions. We need the trucks to believe that higher authorities does its behavior. Pfft. Oh, this does not bode well. Said, let's not. Nope. I mean, this is a good episode. Don't get us wrong, people. We're just. The way that this is handled. Ugh, fuck. Anyway, you finish up things. Right, there we go. So Diesel, he started to treat the trucks very harshly, posing his strict authority. When Duck returned to the bench where he was a put. Yeah, okay, I think the higher heads did. Yeah, I think they messed with Diesel's behavior with this one. Fuck. Okay, here you go, Sidney. A nice paragraph for you. Okay. So Diesel then expresses his discontent, saying on the Duck failed to inform him about the truck's racist behavior. Duck conceals this point. Violence and injustice, penalizing all the trucks for the misdeeds of single one. Advocating against the voice of the use of force to manage them. New. Diesel then announces his plans to lead the yard today. And to operating his first time. What's up? Anyway, serving as a banker. On one of his engines. Doug comments. No, regard. The LMS has for Diesel. I know. Significant responsibilities and offers and guidance on handling and training and performing his duties as a banker. Okay, neighbors, here you go. Right. So later that day, Duck touched Maggie. She informs that he's all reprimanding her for only misleading the trucks, as well as for not acknowledging Duck's advice, claiming he has heavy credit and filed the guidance he provided. During the sentencing trials, he told them that to the inspectors. There's the benefit of Diesels. We know everything. We're going to the yard and improve it. We are revolutionary. Diesel is pushing a facial section of a slight incline when his engine fails. Well, soon the chain halt and return to the base of the hill. Duck soon appears, slows Diesel for an inability to assist the train up and himself before departing. Duck and Diesel engage in a fierce argument. Right, Sidney, here's your last paragraph. Right. Okay, here we go. Although Diesel had achieved considerable success, his stipulation almost compares to Portland. As legal told us, scarcity of the vacation house and the fact that his crew was still intention to learn how to repair it. Diesel was simply to advance for his era, clean elements and the idea of complete digitalization. However, they did construct fewer additional diesel shelters for trying to Mr. Paxman. By the time Diesel was really prepared enough to operational again, he stepped east of the yard. Yeah, when bye. diminished as the drugs began to reach system. And drugs even created son. And they'll clear off your leisure. Hush!